every 35 minutes, Joe. Right, we're back in Rothbury, visiting Cragside House, the home of Lord Armstrong, who's an industrialist who did a lot to put Newcastle upon Tyne on the map. And this is a massive grounds. We haven't been in the house yet, which you can just see off to the right there. We were going to save that for a rainy day, a wet day when the weather's not so good. But while we've got a bit of summer left, we thought we'd explore the grounds. That way we'll stay dry. So many different tracks around here. Middle Drive, that's the hydro power trail, which I believe Lord Armstrong used some lakes at the top to power his generators for electricity in the house. So that'll be interesting to see, that little steep incline. We've got Nellie's Moss Lakes that way. These trees are huge. All these little places go off. Let's have a look up here. This looks amazing. Oh, it looks like some sort of monument structure at the top here. Not sure what that's meant to be. It looks as though it's got two chimney pots on the top. Otherwise I can't understand why it would have. It does look like two chimney pot outlets. This is something down below where they used to smelt stuff or burn stuff, and that's part of the flue system coming up. Didn't see anything though. Of course it could have been blocked off or bricked up by now. And all these little tracks going off. That's the play area in South Lake down there. And up here we've got the labyrinth and the North Lake. So we'll have a little walk up here, see what this labyrinth is. But it must have took the builders something to lay these stones. But that was a great hiding place for the kids at the house when they were growing up. Here we are, another split. That's back down to where we came from, north area, play area, sorry, Nelly's Moss, South Lake. It's a nice view of Rothbury from up here. So the path is still up to the labyrinth and Nelly's Moss North Lake. Another crossroad. Labyrinth, half a mile. Nelly's Moss Car Park, half a mile. And a trimmed trail, 170 yards. House steps, 350 yards. That's where we've just come from. So we should be coming up the Basin Lake. Or Basin Tank Deep Water. I believe that's the tank that feeds the house. Certainly looks man-made. There's an outlet down there. spotted this on the way down. We're not sure if it's obviously unused now, but if it was a route for the water to get to the main house from the basin tank up on the top. Interesting, because it's certainly been built to channel water down rather than natural drainage. Interesting, it's not marked on the map. This is one of the many car parks off the carriage drive. It's Dunkirk. So we'll pull in here and we'll have a little look around, see what's around here. Welcome to Blackburn. This is Blackburn Car Park, which is here, and we're going to have a walk around this circular route past the boathouse, which I believe is on a dry lake. That'll be interesting to have a look at. And I'm keeping my eye open, hoping to see some roe deer. Now, earlier on, when I was videoing, and I turned away from a shot down a path, Joe said there was a deer standing at the bottom of the path looking back up it, but I didn't notice it at the time. Of course, he said I was right down the bottom of the path track. So when I get home, I'll have a look at the video, and it may very well be the first deer I've got on video when I've been out walking. That'll be a surprise. So I've got the big camera here with us. Hopefully if I do see one, I'll get a better shot. And I watch for these tree roots. They're so easy to stumble over. You know, make sure you pick your feet up and not drag your feet. Like your mother used to say, stop dragging your feet. I can hear water. So that must be running down from where we're heading. Here we are, with a dam. Let's go up and have a look at the top, see what we can see. But I suspect that when I said that looked like a dry riverbed down there, it was probably right, because when they released the water, when the water came over the top here, it probably flooded down that area. But apparently, many years ago, this dam burst, and it actually contained enough water that it flooded the village of Rothbury. So it must have had some water in it. Looks as though, well, whilst it is a dry, looks like a dry lake, it's full of reeds. I can see some water down the bottom there, but it's obviously enough for it to run over here, and this was obviously a substantial structure at one time, so it must have been holding back quite a bit of water. Obviously it's no longer in use now, so they may have natural drainage somewhere else, which is stopping the lake filling up. But it was quite an area. So this whole area was once a huge lake, and this is what flooded the village of Rothbury when it burst. So we're looking for a boathouse now, and that'll give us some idea of what size this lake was. That looks like it, Joe, doesn't it? Of course it would be a stone boathouse in them days, I would have thought. There it is. So that gives us some indication of what size this lake was. There's the path going down to the boathouse from the road, huh? And they've actually got a boat in it.